What's up, guys? It's your boy Zawolki back with Crime Talk on Channel Zawolki, and we're gonna be talking about obviously what you guys have been demanding and begging for more is my reaction, my opinions, and my theories when it comes to obviously the Chris Watts and murders and so forth like that. Just when I think I'm done talking about this, more stuff comes up, more evidence. Yeah, it's a little slip or snippet here and there, and we're finding out more things like we just talked about not too long about Nicole Kessinger's truck being found there, and seeing the camera surveillance videos not being posted, and cameras being missing and so forth. It's getting mind blowing. Now, a lot of you guys have been showing me and messaging me this same video from Zav Girl. Again, I'm not taking credit for anybody's video. I want to reiterate that in my videos that I'm not taking credit for anybody's videos. Yes, I'm reacting to their videos and then implying my own theories and opinions, but again, I'm not taking that credit. So make that very clear. This video that hundreds of you guys have been throwing in my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is, did a mysterious woman leave Chris Watts' cabinet open in September? I'm definitely very intrigued at who this mysterious woman is. Is it Nicole? Is it somebody else? What is this cabinet, and what is about September? Because they were murdered in August. So I'm definitely very intrigued to watch this. Everybody says I need to watch it, so I'm going to watch it. But before you go any further, if you guys could do me a solid favor, is to help out the channel, is subscribe by hitting that white bar icon down at the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it, so when I do post videos like this one and all the hundreds of other ones that I post on here, you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you also for the support. We're on the road to 100K, and I can't do it without you guys. So make sure you guys show that love and keep it positive in the comments. I know there's a lot of people that think that we just need to let this case go, but for myself, I want to see justice, and I don't feel like justice is completely taken care of. Yes, Chris is behind bars, thank the Lord, but he's not the only one to blame. Now, a lot of people are like, just let Nicole go, which why, when she pretty much completely destroyed not just herself, but she did help in destroying this family because she was the other woman. She could have found somebody else. There's how many billions of other men that she could have chose from, and she chose a married man. I'm sorry, but she's wrong. And there's tons of evidence for her to show that she was messed up and narcissistic and weird, and she should have never texted Chris to begin with. But she wanted Shanann's life. She wanted to be Chris's other half, the spouse, the wife, the mother of his firstborn son. I'm not going to get into it, but we're going to watch this video from Zav Girl. Go over to her channel, give her some love, and give her some subscribes, some comments, some likes, whatever have you, because she put this together for us to enjoy. Or I would say enjoy, but get into the Chris Watts and murder mystery island, which it's a deep, deep rabbit hole, and we just keep digging ourselves down. But with that being said, let's get into the video.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel.
Hello.
Oh, it feels like it's been forever since I did a recorded video. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of, well, I don't know a bunch, but at least a few short videos just going over some of the interesting things that we found on my marathon lives, like my 7-hour, 6-hour, 5-hour even lives that are exceptionally long.
Holy
where
crap.
There's like a few things maybe in each of them that are kind of interesting, that those people that get intimidated by seeing like these extremely long lives that don't want to click on them, I figured I could make a bunch of little short videos of kind of addressing some of the things that we went over.
Okay.
Like some of the kind of more important things. So if you see like a few of these videos popping up and thinking, oh, I remember that in a live. We went over that in a live. Well, that's why.
Okay.
Because there's some people that, for one thing, there's some people that just don't like watching lives, which I totally understand.
I understand too.
And then there's some people that will look at like those extremely long ones and feel so overwhelmed, and just it makes them not even want to. It's almost like it's too overwhelming to even click on. So even though I have been trying to do timestamps when there are important things that I do point out in lives, I try to timestamp them, but some people might not see them, and then if they never get that far to click on the video, they would never see the timestamps. So
I hear you.
like I said, I totally understand. I've been there myself, where I wanted to watch a live, and it was like, especially if it's already over, it's not live anymore, and you see like 6 hours, you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if there's anything else, you know.
pretty
So I
much.
totally understand. So I figure there are some interesting things that I don't want people to miss out, or plus I like getting people's input on some
I
of
do.
these things.
I like that
That
too.
is what these little videos are gonna be, these short videos. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna do.
Which we're going to be doing another live crime talk next week. We're probably looking at Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie's crime talk about evidence and if the parents are at fault for hiding Brian Laundrie and more talk. So make sure you guys stick tuned, hit the notification button so I do go live next week. You guys can be hanging out with me and discuss more about that case. So let's continue.
Is the cabinet. The cabinet
What
in the
cabinet?
bathroom on 921, where the mysterious dark haired woman is seen on the neighbor's camera
What?
entering the Watts house, but is never seen leaving. We all know
What?
about that instance, and it's very mysterious because we have yet to see this video, and we have yet to hear who this woman
Oh,
was. And if she didn't leave the house, how did she get out? Did she go out the back? I don't know. If you go by the discovery, that
interesting.
was around 9 in the morning, I believe, that the woman enters the house. But by the time they call the police, it's later. It's later on in the evening. So I'm not
This is
sure
news to
if
me.
Nate didn't happen to see the surveillance, see that woman entering the house till way later when.
So I think I know what she's talking about now. I do apologize for stopping, but you guys mentioned that you guys want me to stop so you guys can hear me and then not over them and stuff like that. So I'm stopping the video. But I do know that there was a time stamp, or not time stamp, but a time where something went, or the neighbors got wind of a woman going into the house after the murders had taken place. They never saw her leave, which again people thought was the ghost of Shanann, but then other people thought that somebody got into there with a key. Nicole might have had a key and came in and was trying to destroy evidence and so forth like that. So that's when the police officers had to go to the location to pretty much verify that there was nobody at the house. And lo and behold, that apparently there was nobody, but they saw a lot of weird things when it came to paranormalness and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that's what we're talking about this. But again, I didn't really remember anybody stating that the woman came for a cabinet to be opened. And then how did she leave? Well, she probably went out the back door because the camera that was back there was removed. That's what we just talked about not too long ago. So this is definitely getting to be a lot more nail-bitey about learning about this cabinet that was opened. So let's continue.
And Sandy had called him because remember she got some weird text, or not. Yeah, it is kind of weird. She got a text from a neighbor that, well, you know what? I'm going to pull up the actual discovery so I could read it right from the discovery. Okay. So here's from the discovery.
This is 9/21.
Okay, so
September
it's date
21st.
9/21. Officer Manley Brent. It says on September 21st, 2018, at about 18:05 hours.
6 o'clock.
That's 6:05 p.m. I, Sergeant Manley, was advised by Weld County Dispatch of a suspicious incident at 2825 Saratoga Trail within town limits of Frederick, Colorado. I was advised that the...
And I do apologize. I keep saying Frederickson, Colorado. Somebody did call me on it. I do apologize. It's Frederick, Colorado. So
RP Sandy stated that she got a text message from an unknown number, and the text stated that the back door at 2825 Saratoga Trail was open.
what?
Check that bottom window.
So the back door was open? This is all news to me.
Security bars in place too.
Okay, so it's there. So somebody opened that door. Interesting.
Okay, remember, this is Greenwich Mean Time, so you see up there it says 9:22 at 12:26 a.m. because remember, it's 6
next
hours
day.
ahead, so it's actually really September 21st,
Oh, okay.
6:26 p.m. So I just want to make sure when I'm showing these clips from that date, this is actually the date from where I'm reading this discovery, from where this report is coming from, on September 21st. Because since it's 6 hours ahead, if
Okay.
you look at the day, it looks like it's the next day, 9:22, but in reality, it's 9:21, September 21st at, well, this time says 6:26, but just so you know when you're looking at it, because I'll show you different clips from this video. So the ones that I'm showing that it's still light out, that's like around like 6:30ish, and then I'm going to show you the later ones when it's dark out already, and that's like after 9, around 9 to 10 o'clock. So I'll show you those ones a little bit later.
I wish
on in the
those trees
video,
were not
so
in the way.
just remember, they're all from...
If those trees weren't in the way, we could have seen a lot more from the neighbor's camera, but unfortunately they were in the way. So, stupid trees.
September 21st. Okay. I'm going to continue.
Sandy said that we should not be the only...
Sandy said that there should not be anyone in or near the house at this time. And I just want to point out, she says an unknown number, and she supposedly was in contact with Nate this whole time. So I don't think it would have been Nate, because Nate shouldn't have been an unknown number to her at that point.
Yeah,
because I think they were kind of in contact when she's in Colorado, so he was kind of giving her updates and stuff. That's weird. Who's the unknown number? Anyway, so it says, I arrived at the house with Officer Lines. We walked up to the front of the house and tried to open the front door.
So this is a whole nother time where this is not that night.
The door was secure. I looked through the windows on both sides of the door and did not see anything out of place or any sign that someone had made an entry into the house.
The drapes appear closed on the back side. See if we can make our way around.
I tried to pick up on both garage doors to ensure that they were still secure. Officer Lyons and I walked around the front of the house to access the gate to the backyard. As we walked around the house, I was looking at all windows and screens. I did not see anything out of place or that would indicate that someone gained access to the house from
Sounds
the
like they're
windows.
very thorough. So the camera that was missing was right here. This was the camera that was missing after the murders took place. So that's what I posted in my other video. So take a look at that one.
Check that bottom window.
I walked up the steps and observed that the door was closed and that there was a security bar in place preventing anyone from entering through the door. We walked around the back of the house. I noticed that on the back door that the screen door was slid open.
Security bars in place too.
But doesn't the latch mean if it's in the middle that it's not locked? Because I think my parents, when they locked theirs, it's all the way down. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it.
The curtains were in place and did not seem disrupted.
So how'd they get in the house?
After looking to see that all windows and doors appeared secure in the back of the house, we walked back up front. As I was walking by the garage, I noticed that the garage lights were on. I did not recall
Ooh.
that the lights were on when I walked up the first time.
So somebody's in the garage. Motion sensor. Get the pin pad for the door.
Left on or not.
They're not on. Oh. Oh, they are on. Okay. But why? Both garage lights are on. But again, why? They shouldn't be on.
Okay. It's secure from what I can tell.
The house appeared secure at this time, and I did not see any indication that someone had been in or around the house.
What? Which ones? I don't know. I couldn't tell. Huh?
But again, why should they be on though?
Well, they could have turned. I doubt they're active. With my momentum.
I'd sit there and watch
I'm
them.
more focused on the door. Actual lights. And they may have left them on. I don't know.
I'm definitely very interested.
Take a look. That security bar was dropped in the back door, so I don't think anybody's gone in.
Officer Lyons and I cleared without incident. And then at about 1951 hours, so that's 7:51
7:15.
p.m., I was contacted by dispatch again. I was told a Frank Rusek called and stating that he spoke to the neighbor Nate. So this time he spoke to Nate. So that first time, who was that random text that they didn't recognize the number? That's just weird. If somebody texted him and told him that the back door to the house was open. I mean, they would have known Nate, obviously, because then he later on he gets a call from Nate. So who was that random person that texted them? Anyway, according to Frank, Nate stated that the garage lights were still on and they had not been on in the days past. I responded back to the address and spoke with Nate. He was able to show me a video from Xfinity Home security system on his phone. He showed me that a female walked up to the house at about 900 hours, which is 9 a.m., and was seen walking up to the front door. There's no video of the female leaving the area, and shortly after, there is a black SUV that is seen passing the house slowly. Nate was able to show me 3 different videos showing the black SUV.
And Nicole's SUV is a dark gray. Just saying. Interesting.
Going slow by the house shortly after the female was seen walking to the front door. I did not see anyone leave the vehicle and approach the house, and did not see anyone come from the house and get into the vehicle. I was able to use a ladder that Nate provided and looked into the top windows of the garage. I did not see anything that was indicated anyone was in the garage, and it did not appear that anyone went through anything in there. Nate explained that he had spoken with the other neighbors in the area, and they also had not seen any lights on in the garage in the last few days.
So somebody had to go on in there, and it's not the parents of Shanann.
While I was looking in the windows, I pushed on the garage, sounding an alarm. So that shows you, yes, the alarm can go off if you push or pull it. Now, to confirm my opinion on it, yes, I think it was just Nick that set off the alarm that first day. Nicole Atkinson even said she set it off when she opened the front door, but it was latched.
So I'm noticing the Ring camera is live. So why don't we just look at that camera?
And then Nick, in his report, says that he purposely opened up the garage, like try to lift it open, to purposely set the alarm off. So if Shanann was in there, she could hear it. Or let's say she was like kind of knocked unconscious or something.
So this is where I think they start going through the house to see if anything, aka paranormal stuff, starts happening as well. But the mysterious woman was there twice. That's interesting.
That it could wake her up, or if she, fell down, or if she kind of passed out, that maybe it would wake her up, or possibly bring attention to the kids, so the kids would know somebody's out there. Okay, so I spoke to Frankie by phone. He told me that he did not think the lights should have been on either. I told him about the alarm, and he stated that he did not think the alarm was set when he left the residence a few weeks prior. He asked if we would clear the house and make sure that no one was in the house. They provided me with the door code for the front door. I explained that I would get a few more officers at the house and that we would make sure there was no one there. Officer Lyons, Officer Perez, Dacona Officer Cooksey, and Dacona Officer Fratelli arrived on scene with the image of the party walking up to the door and not seen leaving the house and the lights on in the garage. I wanted to make sure we cleared the house as safely as possible. All 5 of us walked up to the door. I put the door code and unlocked the front door. I opened the door and made several announcements. Frederick Police, anyone in the house. Frederick Police, if you're in the house, make yourself known. I did not hear or see anything in the house. I made those announcements several times while we worked through the house, clearing room by room. We did not locate anyone in the house and did not observe anything out of place or something that was obviously missing. We checked all cabinets and closets along with rooms. As we left the house, the garage lights were turned off and all of the lights we turned on while searching the house were turned off as we left the residence.
So where's the cabinet?
I was able to secure the front door to the house and check to make sure the door was locked.
Okay. Got everybody?
Those 2 already went out.
Okay.
But the next door neighbor has it on his camera. Where's that footage?
The lights gonna get dark.
Let's see his footage.
I spoke with Nate again and advised him that there was no one in the house and that if he would be able to look at his cameras again and see if he could see when the female left the area and if there was a vehicle associated. As on 9/22/2018, I had not heard from Nate. I was wearing a body camera during this time. The audio and video recording have been added to this report. This is Sergeant B. Manley. Okay, so.
But again, what doesn't make sense is there's a Ring camera. It's live. I understand that sometimes you can't pinpoint, like, usually when you press the button, then it starts recording. But then it also has a capability of when there's motion, it starts recording for up to a minute. So why is that not going off? Because obviously they saw motion, so that's why the Ring lights up, because that's what mine does. When somebody comes up to the front door, the Ring light turns on, and then you press it, and that's when it starts to record. But then I also set mine to motion activated, so if anything happens, it records for up to a minute. I check it. If I don't need it, I delete it. So why is this not something that they can do? Just saying.
Now, the weird thing, remember we were going over the whole suitcase thing, and when they brought that suitcase back, don't worry, we concluded that those pictures of the suitcase, the inside of the suitcase was taken on 8/15 before the Ruseks took the suitcase.
Okay.
But then they brought it back, and when they had met with the officers, it was 9/22. I just want to clear something up because I misread it when we were going over the whole suitcase thing and the blood on the suitcase, the supposed blood on the suitcase. We kind of debunked that. Well, we did debunk that.
Okay.
Let me just explain this theory for those of you that aren't aware of this theory that we debunked. There's a creator that was claiming that Shanann killed Bella, got bloody, got blood on her shirt, blood on her hands,
That's a
went
lie.
downstairs where her suitcase was, took off her shirt because she had to get changed because her shirt.
And I do apologize for stopping, but they do want to try to figure out where this blue bag came from. People think that this is Nicole's blue bag. That's why when Shanann came home, she put her case there, and was kind of looking at that blue bag and was like, wait a minute, this is not my bag. And that's where things started taking a sour turn, because she's like, whose blue bag is this?
Shirt was bloody. Took off her shirt and like opened, just the corner of the suitcase with her bloody hand and just like kind of like squeezed her shirt in, leaving a bloody.
I hate when they sit there and say that Shanann was a possible murderer. That makes me pissed off. There is no way in God's green earth that Shanann put a hand on her daughters. She loved her daughters religiously to the highest mountain. She never touched her girls. It was either Nicole or it was Chris. Just saying.
Bloody spot on the suitcase, and then basically put on a new shirt and went upstairs and then proceeded to kill Cece, because the creator was saying that shirt that Shanann is seen wearing in the doorbell video cam, that it was nowhere to be found. But that's not true, because we ended up finding it in the closet, actually. So it was there, but this creator wasn't aware of that and said, where did that shirt go? It disappeared. So Shanann had to have snuck it in there in the middle of her murder, and it was bloody. That's why she took it off and wanted to hide it, puts it in her suitcase. And when her family comes into town to take the suitcase, they take it home. They basically take that bloody shirt, the evidence, out, and then when they return the suitcase back to law enforcement, it doesn't have the bloody shirt. It doesn't have that shirt we see her in the Ring doorbell camera. So basically accusing her parents of, what would that be, tampering with evidence? I don't know. It's probably other charges, but it's not true though. That's the thing. It's not true. Number one, the shirt is laying in the closet. Number two, they took the pictures on 8/15 before Shanann's parents even took the suitcase home with them. Well, here, let me continue with this part in the discovery, and I'll explain it as I go real quick. When we were debunking it, we were going through this part. I kind of misread and misunderstood a little part. Not the main part that we were trying to prove. But they don't actually bring the suitcase back. They bring back the makeup bag, not the suitcase. Read this. Watch. So, with the knowledge Frank and Sandra Ruseks, were returning to Colorado to collect Shanann's personal belongings, I contacted them to request consent to search Shanann's suitcase when they returned to the house, and learned that Frank took the suitcase back to North Carolina from his previous trip to Colorado. When I asked Frank about Shanann's makeup case, he confirmed it was still in the suitcase and they had not opened it yet. When I asked to take custody of the makeup bag, Sandy and Frank both agreed to bring it and its contents back to Colorado on 9/22/18. At approximately 1000 hours, I met with Sandy and Frank at the Watts residence. Once inside, Frank opened his suitcase and handed me Shanann's makeup bag. I recognized it as the same high-glass purple bag I observed previously in Shanann's suitcase during the residential search.
Okay. But they looked at the contents of the bag inside before they even took the bag.
So it's the makeup bag that was inside Shanann's suitcase. So that even debunks that theory doubly. I mean, that double debunks it, because the suitcase was never returned. It was just the makeup bag in the suitcase, the purple makeup bag, because they wanted to compare the makeups. That's why they wanted that back. And then I just wanted to show you again how it says, additionally, a photo taken by Frederick Officer Walleye on 8/15/18 at 7:41 hours shows the contents of Shanann's suitcase and her purple makeup bag is clearly visible. And those are those pictures that we went through already to debunk the blood on the suitcase and the Ruseks possibly taking something out of the suitcase before law enforcement took those pictures theory.
Which they did.
And so we see 8/15, that was before Ruseks even took the suitcase home. And now as we read this more clearly, they don't even bring back the suitcase. They only bring back the makeup bag. I entered the makeup bag into evidence pending transfer to the CBI lab for comparison testing. Nothing further. And then you'll see the makeup bag is what is entered into evidence. Where is it? Right here. Makeup bag with makeup belonging to Shanann Watts. Okay, so let's get back to what
Man, this girl's thorough.
we were talking about. This mysterious lady enters the Watts house the day before the
Who is
Ruseks
she?
meet up at the Watts house to give law enforcement Shanann's suitcase. So that means they're in Colorado. So it was like, wow, when they got that call, were they actually in Colorado at the time? I was just thinking, trying to figure this all out. Like, could there be any connection between them being there and maybe, well, Chris.
Was that long-haired girl? Is it short hair, heavier set, skinny? I mean, we kind of need to know these things. Plus, where's the video? I want to see the video of the girl going into the house.
He was probably aware that they were coming into town then, right? Because it's his house. I feel like his lawyers probably made him aware that the Ruseks were coming into town, stopping at the house, whether he knew the specifics as far as that they were returning the suitcase. So I'm guessing his lawyers were keeping him updated on that kind of stuff. And if for some reason he was able to contact somebody through his lawyers, or heck, it could have been one of his lawyers, to get something out of there before the Ruseks got there into town and had access to the house. Maybe that's why it was like the night before they had to hurry up and go to the house and get whatever it was that he wanted out of there. And now what I'm going to show you here, like the whole point of this video, well, the main point of what I want to show you in this video with the cabinet being open, that kind of makes sense because they were in a hurry to hurry up and find something. That's why they left the cabinet door open. And I'll show you here in a little bit that it is his side. Okay, but I'm going to continue.
Okay.
We'll get into that here in a little bit. So this is another one here from Officer Perez. It says on 9/21 and this is the same incident basically, at approximately 21:05 hours. So this is what, 9:05 p.m. I assisted Sergeant Manley at 2825 Saratoga Trail regarding an unknown person seen around the residence. Upon arrival, Sergeant Manley advised the neighbor from 2905 Saratoga Trail had video of a vehicle pulling up to the address, and then an unknown female stepped out of the vehicle. Sergeant Manley advised the cameras never showed the female leaving the address, and the inside garage light were turned on when they are normally off. I entered the home along with Officer Kate, Sergeant Manley, Officer Cooksey, Officer Fratelli. Sergeant Manley made loud announcements prior to entering the home and did not hear anything. Officers cleared the main floor of the home and did not find anything. Officers then cleared the garage, basement, and then the second floor of the house and did not locate anyone in the residence. Sergeant Manley gave loud verbal announcements prior to entering any areas in the home, but no responded. Nothing appeared to be out of place in the home. All lights inside the home were turned off after officers finished clearing the whole house. Nothing further. So that's Perez. And then, okay, so here shows in the discovery, page 1138. On Friday, September 21st, 2018, I, Officer Kate Lyons, responded to 2825 Saratoga Trail for a report of suspicious activity. Dispatch advised the following. RP got a text message from unknown person that her deceased daughter's back door is open at her house. This is the home of Shanann Watts.
Can't they track that
I walked
phone number?
the perimeter of the home. All doors and windows are secure, and there's no sign of forced entry to the home. At approximately 1950 hours, I again responded to the residence to assist Sergeant Manley. After the arrival of more officers, we performed a search of the inside of the home. We received information that the lights that were on inside the home had not been on prior to this evening, and a neighbor had a video footage showing an unknown female walking up to the front of the house, but not leaving. The house was clear, and all lights were turned off, and doors, windows locked when we exited. Nothing further. Officer K, lines 989. So I was going to read you like all the accounts of the officers in the discovery for this incident, but I'm sure you guys have already seen that, and
Pretty much.
This pretty much sums up what happened. I just got to point out something, how somebody will say one thing and then it gets spread into this thing that's like a fact when it's not. And I was saying a dark-haired female, but if you read in the discovery, it does not say dark hair. It just says a female, an unknown female.
Unknown female.
It doesn't say dark hair anywhere.
I think people are just
Yet when you hear people for the last couple years talking about it, you hear dark-haired female. I just wanted to point that out, how crazy that how things happen, how misinformation.
But again, with that video that we're supposed to be seeing from the next door neighbor, where is that video? Can we see it? Why is the Ring camera not going off? Whose phone number texted Shanann's mother? can't they like put that into Atheist or something and find out where it came from? I mean, the backlog it. I mean, come on, or like ping it on the tower. I mean, they did it with Chris. They did it with Nicole. Why not this woman?
Information is spread, and I've said it too because that's where I've heard it that way, and I guess I should have been more careful before I talked about it, you know, and made sure, because I've read the discovery many a times. This part we read it on a live a couple months ago, but yet I still said earlier dark hair female, because I hear people in the chat, and you just hear other people talking about dark haired female, and it just, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of it too, I guess. I don't purposely do it, but you hear it so many times and you think that that's what it says, but no, it just says female. Okay, just wanted to make a point to show you that. See right here, it says, he showed me that a female walked up to the house at about 900 hours, and then here it says, there's no video of the female. And then the one up here says...
So that was in the morning, and then at nighttime, so 2 times female. This female
so let's
came
finally
in.
get to the part of the whole reason I wanted to make this video, okay? So I'm going to first off show you which side I believe to be Shanann's side of the bathroom, because they each have their own sink. When we had found this thing that I'm about to show you during a live, we weren't sure whose side was whose, and after a little bit of research, I think I got it figured out, at least. I'm thinking I'm right. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to show you a couple of her videos. I might not show you all of them. I just show you the part where it's enough where you could see which side she's on. Okay, so let me show you those first.
Hey guys. So you're just with me this morning. I just hop out of the shower and
Such a beautiful
I'm getting
woman.
ready. My mother-in-law's here today, so she flew in to spend 2 weeks with the girls, and her and my father-in-law are going to babysit the kids while we are in Punta Cana.
Okay, so I want to show you a clip from the house walkthrough, the police body cam, and kind of show you how more of the bathroom. Hold on one second. Okay, so you see him walking through. You see the bathtub, the shower. Chris's sink is on the left where he is right now.
Okay.
And there's the bathtub, so you can see that Chris's sink is across from the bathtub. Now he's turning, he's going into the toilet right there.
Man,
okay,
this girl
and then
is
when he turns
thorough.
around, you'll see him in the mirror. And that'll be basically almost in the position Shanann's in right now. Okay,
That's
so now he's in the
Shanann's
mirror.
sink.
There was the toilet. So the toilet's right there with that door open. He's in front of the door where the toilet is. Shanann is in front of it, but she has the door shut. You see the same picture.
Yep, that's Shanann's sink.
So that's her sink right there in front of the toilet and in front of that picture where he's standing. Do you guys see that?
Yep.
And then you see to the right here, Chris's sink is basically in front of the shower and the bathtub over there.
Because she's got all that stuff there. Yeah, that's her sink.
How that's set up.
So interesting. Yeah, look at all the stuff there.
Let me show
and then
you a
look
couple
at the stuff
other
there.
parts of her other videos, so you can see
there's the cabinet that's
that it's
open.
not just this video that she's getting ready in front of that sink, that it is indeed her sink. Because I know some of you guys could possibly think, hey, well, what if this time she...
No, look at all that stuff that's on that sink. And then you look at the other one. There's nothing on that sink. It's a guy's sink.
Ready in front of Chris's sink instead of her own for some reason. So I want to show you 2 other times where she's getting ready in front of this same sink, and there's probably actually even more than that out there. But I felt like that's enough to safely say that this is indeed her sink.
My bathroom, which you guys are in. Sorry, it's a mess, so don't mind it. I still gotta clean today.
There's the bathroom door.
I'm gonna attempt something with my tripod.
But she actually has her camera on an angle, you see, where it's like in the corner where it's like pointing out diagonally. But you can see that corner wall up there where the toilet is. I keep saying bathroom door, I mean toilet door. Then next to it, you can see the shower and the bathtub. And that's more across from where Chris's sink is.
Something. Good morning, Crystal. Okay. So now that you see my dirty bathroom and my dirty hair. Hey Mitch. Hey Will. Good morning, guys. So I'm not put together. Hey Kat. It's hair day. I have to do my roots and get everything done. But I wanted to come on here because I was out with some friends last night, and it really hasn't dawned on me about vacation. Hey Madison, hey Megan.
So she's live.
My husband and I have been together 6 years, and we've been to Disney once, and that's because we were able to drive to it. Hey Gary. And we've never been anywhere else on vacation besides like visiting Colorado.
Okay, so I'm going to play the next one for you, but this actually was a good video that Shanann did. I just got done listening to it again, and it's something I feel like you all would enjoy. So I'll actually put it on in the intro of my next video, the whole thing, so you guys can watch it. Okay, so this one shows you a better
She's
view
at the same
of
sink.
the bathtub and the shower. And then it'll show you Chris's sink in the background, so...
Yep.
So that's 3 videos that she's in front of the same sink, so it'd be reasonable to guess that that indeed is her sink. So you could see Chris's sink in the background right there. And if you compare it across from the bathtub, and then you have the shower basically in the middle right there, and then more in front of Shanann's sink.
So what did they have to get from Chris's
little toilet
sink?
room? You know, it has the wall with the door, a little section off a room where the toilet is with the door. Hopefully you guys see how the bathroom is set up now. I probably went overboard and showing you exactly,
thorough.
but I just don't want any confusion. So if you guys could picture it perfectly, so
Definitely very
you
thorough,
don't doubt when I show you the cabinet is indeed Chris's side. So you feel basically confident that you know that, okay, that is Chris's sink. So that's just how my mind is. Like I need to know everything for sure. Like I double check and I just want to over confirm it, you know, like make sure for sure. So that's what I do. A lot of my videos is I'll over explain or over confirm, or just, you know, like how I just did right here, because I know that's how I want to be, how I want to feel.
Because there's going to be all
mind,
those
like,
skeptics,
so I know for sure. So
people that
I just want
push
you
it
guys
down
to
and
be sure yourselves. Okay, so let's show you what the whole point of this is.
Okay.
A lot of you guys that already watched the live have already seen this, but there are a lot of people that haven't actually.
Which I haven't.
So they actually don't watch my lives. I get so many emails of people that say they can't watch them. It's just too long. They just can't do it. I even get comments under my live saying that. So, but I'm not mad. Don't worry. I understand. I totally understand. It gets overwhelming. I get it. Okay. So I'm going to show you the body cam from 9/21, September 21st, when the officers go in the house because they get one phone call from Sandy, and then later they get a phone call from Frank. So the garage lights keep coming on. The screen door was open in the back. And then Nate notices earlier that morning at 9 that a female had walked up to the house, and he did not see her leaving. Like you can't see on camera that if she ever left the house.
Okay, they're in the room. So they went to the right side where her bathroom sink is. And there is the cupboard that's open.
So this is where it looks like he first notices that cabinet being open. And now we know that's Chris's cabinet. It's Chris's sink. It's Chris's cabinet. So that's why I wanted to figure out whose sink that was. So I think it's safe to say that it is Chris's sink. So somebody was looking through his stuff, basically. And then watch, he'll look over to the left one and he'll look back over there. And then he even says something to the other
verifying
officer about the cabinet.
He's verifying that it's a girl sink.
So it looks like somebody could possibly have went through the cabinet, took out the little
Cleaning,
organizer
yeah,
container
organizer.
thing. I don't even know what you call that, but just to put all your stuff in the little area, you know, that you could put it in your cabinets and stuff. I have some of those too, but it looks like somebody. It makes you think that they were doing it in a hurry because they left it out.
They didn't
They
put
didn't
it
even
back.
put it back in or shut the cabinet door.
Interesting. Like they didn't want their stuff being found in Chris's sink. Like another female.
Makes you wonder what they possibly could have been looking for. And was it NK, or was it maybe someone on Chris's defense team looking for something that he told
Why
them
though?
about that to get out of his cabinet? And maybe he just found out that the Ruseks were coming into town, possibly going to the house, and so he told his defense team, "You need to get this before they go through the house." Is that why they did it the
That's
day before the
interesting.
Ruseks came? And
Or was
in
he
a
in
hurry,
contact with
possibly,
Nicole?
without letting anybody know? I mean, but what would it be?
So interesting. So they left it?
Okay. On you. Okay, I'm on.
Child's room. That was the playroom.
No, not on that side. Okay. Okay.
Frederick Police Department, anybody in there? Frederick Police Department, make yourself known!
Can't see because the guy's hand's in the way, or arm is in the way. Laundry room was upstairs. Weird.
Copy. Copy.
So he even said it. Leave the place like we.
Automatic. So these were all automatic, so we're good there. Want to go through the backyard at all? Okay.
Did they check the basement? So somebody was obviously in the house because they would have never left that open. And now they're leaving, but things are definitely weird. I mean, lights are turning on. People are being seen at the location. People are seeing people also upstairs running, or not running around, but moving and stuff like that. Paranormal kind of stuff, but then I don't know. But then a black SUV. At 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so that's all for this video. Let me know what you guys think about that cabinet being open under Chris's sink. And what you think about my theory that it possibly could have been someone on Chris's...
I mean, it's definitely very interesting for a possible theory that somebody showed up. Nicole, somebody else, a defense team member that went there to move something that was taken from his sink because they didn't want evidence there. What are your guys' thoughts? What is she onto something? I mean, who knows, but she definitely presented the evidence very thoroughly, and I definitely enjoyed watching her stuff. So comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I'm not taking credit for her theory. This is what she stated. But again, I want to know what you guys think. I mean, we're all talking about this. This is one of the craziest investigations and murder mysteries that who done it kind of thing. If it was just Chris, if it was an accomplice, I'm really ruling out that Shanann had any part in the killing of her daughters. She didn't do nothing. She was the victim, and I hate when people sit there and say that she murdered her girls. She did not murder her girls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction and my commentary upon watching this. Leave your comments. Like I said, I keep saying it, but I want to hear you guys' comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. They're all free to do. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So keep it real, keep it safe, and as always, keep nerding on, and we'll see you guys next time.